everybody you can't live in Democrat-run cities anymore because if you're political, they'll bring false charges against you. Is that what it is? I mean, you can't trust Democrat prosecutors anymore if you're a fair citizen of the United States of this country. So you're basically telling everybody
they're having a bit of a fit, aren't they? This is crazy, right? It's finally happening. It's happening. Man, I feel bad about, someone in the TikTok started saying witch hunt. Yeah, witch hunt. Sure. Only... I do wish they would have brought Georgia first, though. Because Georgia's the big one. But Kool-Aid. The meltdown. The meltdown continues. Head on over to the YouTube TikTok. Get in on these comments. Guy North, you still in here? Let's see what else we got. The meltdown on Fox. I'm just going through my timeline right now. I love it. Been waiting a long time for this. So if you don't know, I'm sure you all know. If you subscribe to this channel. Trump is finally might get some consequences for his actions. What he did is he took campaign finance. He took campaign dollars to pay off Stormy Daniels. But that wasn't enough for him, you see. Because why let a good payoff not have some like money laundering in it, right? So not only did he have the campaign pay him back for paying off a porn star, which is illegal, but he paid himself back double, which is money laundering. And now they got him with the other Playboy model too, so I imagine he did the same thing. And I mean, if a lot of you, I work on grassroots campaigns, and I'll tell you what, campaign finance is already stripped so bare that these rules are simple to follow. You could hold them on like a single piece of paper. That's how bare bones they stripped them down to. So the fact that he couldn't even follow the most basic of rules with this, says a lot, man. Says a lot about the guy that ran the country, right? But I wish I could throw this into TikTok. I got like videos and stuff to show people on the YouTube. They won't let me ingest yet. Yeah, let's see what Tucker Jr. Jesse Waters has to say.
Prosecuting Donald Trump.
He doesn't even admit to.
For sex he denies.
And Jesse, he also paid for an NDA. Everybody seems to forget about this. Stormy Daniels got $130,000 to keep her mouth shut, which is an.
I wonder why he paid for the NDA if they say it never happened, right? I love that the party of law and order, though. They're going all in on this. Even DeSantis. Where's that DeSantis? He said, where is it? DeSantis said that he brought George Soros into it. Look at this right here. Look at this tweet right here by old Meatball. He said Florida will not assist in the extradition request given the questionable circumstances at issue with the Soros-backed Manhattan prosecutor. I mean, you know how long they've been using George Soros? They've literally been using George Soros was kind of, that trope was getting old 25 years ago. And George Soros is still the boogeyman to this party. And if you don't know about George Soros, they use him because he's a affluent Jewish man, right? So it's a lot of winking. It's always been an anti-Semitic trope. But it's a way to kind of get around, But it plays to the base. George Soros. The meatball's taking a stand. How much do you guys think DeSantis will really put up? How much of a fight if they come for Trump at Mar-a-Lago? You think he'll really put up a fight? Let me turn this TikTok over here a bit. Yeah, I know. On TikTok, funny ass sources' names only mentioned on right-wing media. It's a dog whistle, though. It's always been a dog whistle. I shit you not. They've been using George Soros for 25 years. I think. So here's a little bit of an embarrassing story that I'll tell you guys before we get into more videos. My first vote was for Ralph Nader. I know. Trust me. I've already caught a lot of heat. Oh, I should talk into this mic over here instead of bouncing around. You guys probably can't even hear me. But going out and campaigning for Ralph Nader, even back in the early 2000s, and especially with, the first campaign of Obama, which I helped out on. I didn't. I make it sound like Obama was my friend. I helped out with the Utah office. But, it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy that they still use the George Soros. It's crazy that the meatball brought it up. I thought he would just lock Trump up, but whatever. Anyway, it's giving me a Woody. No, not that kind of Woody. I'm talking about Woodford. I think it's time to have this, right? It's been a long 6 years with this guy. Is it possible he can actually have consequences for his actions? I don't know. What's weird is anyway, let's look at more videos, all right? I know YouTube usually hates it when I get on here live because I'm not good at it yet. And on my Facebook, I don't know if you know about Facebook, but they unpublished my page for no reason. We had like 25,000 people there. They liked it. But YouTube's usually like, this sucks. Make your normal videos. Let's see what the old professional runner Josh Hawley has to say.
Democrats are saying is, we will use power against you. You want to elect Donald Trump? You want to have a choice? No, we will use power against you. You want to speak up at a school board meeting? We will use power against you. You want
This is the party of lock her up, by the way.
Peacefully at an abortion clinic? No, we will use power against you. It's the same message. They're just ramping it up. And Jesse, this is burning down the rule of law. And I tell you, they will regret doing this because I think the American people won't stand for it. And we've got to make sure
they're going to regret doing this. I mean, what's Josh Hawley going to do? Maybe we could have 6 years of Benghazi hearings? No, they already did that. What else are they going to do? I mean, this is the party that's been yelling, lock her up for, geez. What, the first time Trump ran? No, maybe just the second time. I think the first time he ran, he didn't really go after. But they've been yelling, lock her up since 2015, 2014. Now they're saying, you better watch it. You better watch it. We've had enough. We're going to come after you. Shaking. We're shaking in our boots. Where's Cat Turd? If you guys didn't miss it, I think I found out who Cat Turd is. I made a video about it. You guys should check it out. Phil Buchanan. He had to register Cat Turd. He said, now it's game on. Like we're all going to be scared of some guy on Twitter who hides behind a cat. Sure. Oh, here's Gwyneth Paltrow. She's in my timeline, but that's not what we want to look at. We want to see some more of these Fox clips. Let's see what else is going on Fox. Oh, they had a meltdown. I put up just a little clip. How many people we have in here? We get some people. I got some YouTubers. Oh, let me read the comments here. Yo, it was a perfectly legal campaign donation. Everything was legal. Has he said it's beautiful yet? It was a beautiful campaign donation, right? Merrick Garland, yeah. I mean, this is a state thing, right? And a state thing is you'd think Republicans could understand a state thing because they've always been states' rights. Oh, the sovereignty of states. And then they talk about the weaponization. The weaponization of, the Justice Department. While Jim Jordan, by the way, nothing out there to anyone that's kind of short, but I didn't realize Jim Jordan was only like 5'2", 5'3". But I digress. He does have that energy, though. But he goes after a state, an investigation, a DA, an ongoing investigation a DA is doing, and he demands to know what they're finding. Can I just tell you how far the Republican Party has fell? And this is all for like a guy who's lost them elections since 2018, right? Trump's lost the Republicans election since 2018. I mean, 2022 should have been a bloodbath. Inflation was through the roof. All kinds of stuff. But they still ended up only getting like 10 seats or whatever Kevin McCarthy had to make MTG the speaker just to get it. But I digress. I'm just saying, when I was growing up, they weren't like this, but they pretended that they were the party of law and order, right? Always the party of law and order. The party of states' rights. And now Jim Jordan wants to interfere in a case in New York sovereignty while having the balls at the same time to say that the Democrats are weaponizing the Justice Department. I mean, I get it. It was funny. It was funny in 2016. I just don't get, what's the end game for these chuds that keep following this guy? You know, I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. Dude, this guy says mind-blowing that they're freaking out. You should, I'm serious, I posted a video. I posted it here on TikTok too, but I posted the same one over on YouTube Shorts. And it was just, I don't know, YouTube kind of removes stuff every once in a while. But it was just coping, man. Vast amounts of copium. What about Hillary? Hunter Biden's laptop? All the shit we have to keep hearing. This isn't even the biggest case. So what they might be doing, oh, did I just kill everybody's ears? I think Loretta's home. Sorry about that. The dogs went crazy. So Biden's your guy. Biden's never really been my guy, but, you know. We're kind of put in a situation now where it's either you have this full-blown Republican fascist movement, and it really is. It's taken over the party. Or, you know, go with some old guy. He's actually doing better than I thought, though. He's actually got some stuff done. You guys aren't noticing it because everything has to be a culture war issue. But, I mean, he passed the CHIPS Act. He's got, I think, the highest employment in 50 years or some ridiculous number. Now, he's not my guy. I mean, Bernie's always been my guy. But I think Bernie might be too old, too. So I don't know who my guy is. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. I don't base my entire personality off of a politician. Like, I would never go to a rally 18 months out of an election. Because that's a sickness. That's a symptom of a cult of personality. You know what I mean? Like, you could say, let's go Brandon, and you think it triggers me. I don't give a shit. I don't base my personality. Politicians are supposed to work for us. That's the way it's always been. You're not supposed to be out there, you know, flying your little flags and getting all upset over every little thing. Right? They're supposed to be working for us. The government, yeah. Sure. Let's see what Fox News has to say about this.
Pouring in from everywhere, as this has just happened in this moment.
I know the White House talked to Bragg's office. Of course they did. They'll never confess what they talked about.
There's Tucker Jr., Jesse.
I don't like the looks of this
He
thing.
wants to take over.
How is it even a misdemeanor? I never went to law school, so I'm going to
never went to law school.
Disagree with Trey Gowdy and say it's a bookkeeping issue. Why? Why? Because if you settle a private civil matter with a woman,
not the
and
issue.
you have your lawyer handle it,
not the issue.
What other column are you supposed to put the payment into?
Here, I'll start him up again, but that's not the issue. The issue is not that it was a private issue or even the NDA. It was that he used campaign finance to pay for it. And he's right. That's a misdemeanor. But the cover-up of that is a felony. And New York, 11 times just last year, they have brought similar cases just like this. You can't cover up what you're doing. You can't. Trump tried to cover up himself paying himself back double, which is money laundering in like its most bare bones sense, for this payoff that he gave Stormy Daniels, and now the Playboy girls included into it too. So, you know, Jesse Waters starts off, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a guy who bangs my, what do you do, leave his wife for like his 19-year-old secretary or whatever? You're right, you're not a lawyer, and you're trying to divert the issue. Kevin, what's up, man? Dude, Kevin's been here since the start, yo. Since the old days. Since these days. The old Chad the Chud days. Channel had a switch, though. Getting too many people that didn't understand I was being ironic. Or whatever I was being with Chad. So, it feels better, this format, anyway. Anyway, let's listen to the rest of what Jesse has to say. Then I'm going to get to these comments.
No, I'd put under the legal column. The whole thing is BS. And how is this going to stop any other partisan prosecutor from just indicting any politician?
Oh my
Senate
God.
candidate, gubernatorial candidate.
You know, this slippery slope that they're arguing, right? Oh, what's this going to do? How's this going to... Well, they even say it about, like, chuds, right? Like, if they could do it to Trump, they'll do it to you. Like, you've laundered money paying off a porn star during a presidential race. Like, you're going to be in that exact same situation. But if they were really concerned about a slippery slope, they wouldn't have spent 6 years hitting Hillary for 5 people that died in a war zone. I mean, that might sound insensitive to you, but at the end of the day, 5 people in Benghazi died in a war zone. And leading up to that, Republicans had been cutting the armor that they needed. They needed special armor. They'd been cutting everything for that up until that point. So, I mean, if they were really genuine about like a slippery slope, those 6 years, what was it? Hundreds of millions of dollars spent on this. Trey Gowdy led it for 6 years. He dragged it on for nothing. If they're really serious about this slippery slope, that's where it would have started. I can't even remember the last time Democrats had balls enough to do something like this. So the slippery slope is not happening. Let's see what else we got here. Sardonic. This is just amazing to watch in real time. I'm not surprised. But seriously, like, watch it. Yeah, dude. It's fucking crazy. Hey, can I put you guys' comments up here? Oh, look, there they are. I don't know what I'm doing yet. It's always such a mess when I go live. I feel so bad. But I really wanted to just see what you guys were thinking. Because this is crazy. But I can put comments up there. There, now you can see yourself. Anyway, I digress. Let's see what TikTok has to say since I have these guys up here. Poor guys can't even see what I'm saying. Hey, Larry, what do you mean 34 charges? Did you hear that Breeden 34 charges against him? Because that's wild. I didn't see that. I've been too caught up in the Gwyneth Paltrow case. Just kidding. I don't care about Gwyneth Paltrow. Let's see what other videos are going on. I'm loving these Fox Newses. These Fox Newses takes. Yeah, let's listen to it. Yeah, so slippery slope, right? Slippery slope. Don't say lock your opponents up. Let's listen to Big Boy. Let's listen to Big Boy. What he had to say about that.
Now they're the ones. Yeah.
Lock her up.
I agree with you. I used to
Right?
just be quiet on that. I agree with you 100%.
I agree with you 100%. You know, that's the thing. And you guys are probably tired of me mentioning it, but one of, God, this was forever ago now, but back in my college days, for political science, one of my focuses was radicalized governments, fascism, all that good stuff. And one of the core values of the fascists and what they need to operate is they have to simultaneously be a victim and an aggressor at the same time. It's almost like a chameleon. And so, you know, people on Twitter, in videos, they always like showing, oh, the hypocrisy. The Republicans do this, they do this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because that's not for you. That's for the people who have to feel better about what they're buying into, right? So you can go back and you could forget the lock her ups, the Hunter Biden laptops. I don't know, maybe even all the way back to Bill Clinton getting a blowy. You can go all the way back to that, and you don't have to hold that against what they're saying now. Because it is the role of the fascists to play both those. And I mean, logically, that's a conundrum, right? You can't be both an aggressor and a victim. So this stuff isn't for you, like Jesse Waters and Tucker Carlson when they go on. And this is what I've learned, because, you know, when you talk to them, Tucker Carlson went out there, his producers called, I don't know, TikTok might give me a strike for saying what his producer said. I don't know, TikTok's kind of tough sometimes. But his producer said, you know, they're all cousin effing hillbillies or whatever, right? That's what Tucker Carlson's producer said about the audience that watch them. But when you say that to them, they come back and they say, oh, well, you know, isn't it great? Isn't it great that Swanson boy would give up all his riches to help out us, the common man? Like, there's no getting through to this fever dream. There really isn't. Oh shit! Let's see what these comments are saying. I'm going off on my own. Loretta came home. The dogs barked, unless someone broke into the house. But she's around. Maybe I can get her to yell off screen. I love that you guys still remember who Loretta is, though. I had to change the name, though. I should have changed the name a long time ago. I'm getting a lot less of the bombardments of the Chuds by calling it the Chud Report. Getting a lot better. Hey, what's up, Fred? Look at this. We got some of the old guys in here. Jesse could have stopped it. I'm not a lawyer. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an expert. And then when you say Trey Gowdy's going a little too far, you know that you're on the wrong side, right? I mean, Trey Gowdy is the guy, Mr. Benghazi, who spent all our damn money doing it. So when you're like to the right of Trey Gowdy, things aren't going well. Oh, Tucker's on. All right, let's start getting the Tucker clips. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what Swanson has to say.
And no matter what your politics, that's exactly right. If you believe in our system and you want it to continue, you have to raise your hand and say stop, because this is too great an assault on our system, much greater than anything we saw on January 6th, that's for sure.
Okay. Prosecuting a guy for fraud, right? This is Tucker saying it, so. Prosecuting a guy for fraud is much greater, Tucker says, than anything we saw on January 6th. Now, January 6th was a coup to stop an election. A washed-up reality TV star who's lost 3 elections for them, 6 years of elections. A fraud case against him paying off a porn star, then covering it up. It's the worst tragedy. It's basically 9/11. These guys used to drive around with little stickers on their car for 9/11. Never forget, right? They had their little magnets all the time. Never forget. Support the troops. Now, what was that? 9/11, what year is this? Let's say 22 years later. 22 years later, we've come full circle to Donald Trump getting in trouble for fraud. It's basically 9/11 times 2. Yeah, let's listen to the rest of it. Hey, thanks everybody for jumping in here. I'm terrible at this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm much better when I edit the videos, because then I can show you guys stuff I can get rid of when I look stupid. So thanks for showing up, me being live. I appreciate it.
Certain. So that raises.
I won't do it all
no
the
matter what
time.
your politics, that's
It's just a
exactly right.
special
If you
moment.
believe in our system and you want it to continue, you have to raise your hand and say stop, because
like a
this
threat.
is too great an assault on our system, much greater than anything we saw on January 6th. That's for certain. So that raises. And no matter what your politics.
All right, let's see what I see. Well, Kevin, you and Fred have been here since the start. You guys remember the Loretta. I think she's cooking downstairs. She just got home. Oh man, here we go. Tucker hinting at far-right violence. You guys ready for this clip? It's probably good I can't. Happy Indictment Day. Yeah, here we go, man. I got the Woodford. Busted it out. Having a sip. Been a long time coming, right? We've been watching this dog eat grass for 8 years. How many laws is... Trump came in breaking laws. And this is only the beginning. This is just the popping of the bubble. The Georgia one is the most serious. That's him calling Georgia and saying, find this many votes, a specific number of votes. That one's serious. And you know, I don't think anyone would deny that. Sorry if there's pans busting around. I don't know what Loretta's doing down there. Let's listen to what Tucker had to say.
And you wonder about motive. I mean, so on Monday, Christian children were killed by a trans activist, and the White House immediately defended trans activists and said they're the real victims here. Now, Thursday, you see Democrats indict the Republican frontrunner.
That's all Tucker is.
It almost feels like they're pushing the population to react. We think they're demoralized.
Dude, he's actually connecting. Tucker's trying to connect Donald Trump's fraud case to a school shooting. You know, people watch this every night, right? How wild is that? You just tune in, and just take everything at face value. This fraud case has been bubbling for what, years? This school shooting happened. I mean, Trump said he was going to get arrested before it. This is bad, right? Tucker kind of makes me sick to my stomach.
And passive, let's see if they really are.
It's fun to make videos about him sometimes, but it's like the real stuff like this that it's just, there's no excuse or punchline for this. You know, this is that late stage radicalization, and you wonder how we ever come back from like this precipice, right? I don't want to get too deep on you though.
I mean, at what point do we conclude they're doing this in order to produce a reaction? And you wonder about motive. I mean, so on Monday, Christian children were killed by a trans activist.
Jeez. Sorry, TikTok. Head over to the YouTube, the Chud Report. We'll go through videos. I'm sorry when I just sit here and I'm like staring off, dumb. Oh my God. You know, she's still trying to get... Ooh, we got a damn Bondingo clip. Let's go. This guy has to be crying. Well, hey, Loretta. Come here. Some of the other people want proof of life. The old people. Just say something. Come over here. Say something. Loretta. Just say something. You don't have to get on camera. Tran. All right. I don't know why she doesn't want to get on the camera. She looks hot. Oh, man. You're passing up on the MLB? Well, it's not. It's just opening. Right?
Hijack your show, but listen, you may have just handed Donald Trump the indictment. With the indictment along with probably the greatest Freudian slip ever. You handed him an indictment while handing him the nomination.
So Dan Bondingo says you've handed Trump the election, right? And I'm starting to wonder, because, you know, they're repeating these. This is a talking point. I got it somewhere. They leaked the talking points. So they have a whole page of talking points about how everybody should say what they should say about it. Republicans are very good at keeping like a consistent message, right, going about it. But what Dan Bondingo is saying is that you've handed him the election. Now, I'm going to tell you something. And this is just from my personal experience, from working on campaigns 2018, 2020. Trump has a very real ceiling, and that ceiling has gone down considerably because he's lost a lot of independence. He's never going to lose your conspiracy theorists, your white nationalists. He's not going to lose them. They found their guy. They found their mainstream David Duke. But that rounds off his floor. I think he hit his floor, I think, is 28%, right? But he doesn't have that ceiling anymore. The ceiling has come down because independents don't like this. I mean, you could say all you want, but a guy going to jail and stuff, it affects independent voters. And I could be wrong. I don't know. But what these chuds don't understand is they're made up. No one's trying to win them over. I'm not going out and, talking to them about their don't tread on me flags or anything. They're gone. They're a lost cause. And they've always kind of been a sect of the population. He just talked to them. You always have 25% conspiracy, undereducated, whatever that is. You always have that. It's probably a little higher in America because we don't invest in education. But I digress. So what I'm saying is they've lost the independence. And stuff like this only makes more independents shy away from them. At least that's what I saw, like out, campaigning. As long as we don't run a Hillary again. Should be all right.
Freezing in here.
Well, turn up the heat, Loretta. Jeez. Yo, I'm glad you found me on YouTube. I'm terrible at live, though. So I hope this isn't the first time you found me. Go back and watch some of my videos. They're much better. Especially the cat turd one. Kind of stumbled on who cat turd was. It's pretty good. Wrong day suckless said. No extra. I know. You missed it. You was talking about George Soros. I'll tell you, 25 years ago, right? Jeez, I don't want to say how old I am, but I kind of grew up in politics, so it's been around a while. But 25 years ago, they were talking about George Soros. What happens when there's no more George Soros? They gotta find like another Jewish boogeyman. It's such an on its face anti-Semitic trope, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter this party. Let's see what more videos we have going on. They only brought this fake and corrupt judicial charge against me because I stand with the American people. They know I cannot get a fair trial in New York. It's crazy, right? So when you think about Trump's accomplishments, he wanted to build a wall, right? He wanted to do all this stuff. He had Congress and the Senate for 2 full years. He had both of them. That means he could get anything he wanted through. You know what they passed? You know what the one thing they passed was? Tax cuts for billionaires. That's it. He could have fully funded a wall while he had Congress and the Senate during those 2 years. No. Tax cuts for the 1%. And now he's the martyr. He's the only thing. I'm the only thing standing between you and them. What are we gonna do to you? I mean, like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna force healthcare on you? Jesus. Take that healthcare. Oh, let's see. Did we already watch this?
Does this moment feel dangerous to you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Does this moment feel dangerous to you for the country?
Oh, terrible. Terrible. I'm petrified for this country. I'm a lawyer, and
does this moment feel dangerous to
petrified. She's petrified. Oh, look, we got Roger Stone. Of all the days for Ron DeSantis to quietly find a bill to repeal the Florida state law prohibiting him from running for president. Oh, did he do it, Kevin? Did DeSantis repeal it? Oh, snap. So if you guys don't know, Florida has a bill where you can't run for another office while you hold an office. It kind of sounds like a good bill, right? So if you're going to run for president, you have to kind of turn it over. Someone's got to run the state while you're running around doing a book tour. But DeSantis has both houses, like I was just saying Trump does. So this one bill here, I knew he was going to try to change it. We all kind of knew he was going to change it. But I guess he did it today. The meatball. The meatball. He's coming for you. But 44. Ooh. I look 44? Ouch. Ouch. We went to a club this weekend. Major Lazer was playing. And surrounded by kids. And, kids. God, I sound old. But this 25-year-old guy said, hey, you look 31. You're saying 44? Damn, I got to get back to the gym. My gym is filled with chuds, though. Why am I not a billionaire? That's a good question. I'm not a billionaire because... I don't know. I guess I don't have a... The thing... Off topic, because this guy's a billionaire. Sam Cedar, he had a... So Joe Rogan, did this, he's talking about... Sam Cedar basically made the argument for why we should go back to the 1950s, where 90%... And anything you make over $3 million, 90% of every dollar of that would be taxed. I mean, it's a marginal tax rate. It's not that crazy. But Joe Rogan, because he sold his soul out there. He tried to call him out. And if you guys go watch it, Sam Cedar had a great rebuttal to Joe Rogan. Because I've had this same talk with people about, about marginalized tax rates. And the truth is, the time period they love, I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent, but the truth is the time period they loved, the 1950s, the rich were taxed 90% of their wealth. And they had to put all that money back into their businesses because they couldn't just take it and hoard it. Because right now, they hoard it. It's like they just keep it all for themselves, But you could put it back in your business. So that's what created jobs. That's what created expansion. And that's how it works. Just giving, a billionaire 15 to 20% tax rate, that doesn't create anything. And we know that at this point. So, 34. Dude, 34 counts against him? See, I'm missing it. You guys know more than me. I got to throw you on here. Damn. I wonder what they are. I guess I could... Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. You think Fox News will cover the 34 counts? Oh, what's Pensy saying? This poor bastard.
States Donald Trump, jury, as you well know, as all of our viewers know by now, voting to indict the former president of the United States, Donald Trump.
Trump tried
is
to
now
end
the
this guy.
first former president in American history to be criminally charged. It's a really significant development. I want to get your reaction to this unprecedented development.
Well, I think the unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue is an outrage.
It's not campaign finance.
And it appears...
Damn, dude. Pence? Man, Mike Pence has no balls at all. Metaphorically or literally. I mean, if some dude tried to hang me at my job just for doing my job, literally try to hang me, I don't think I'd go out on tour to kiss his ass. But then again, is that it? I thought we had more videos than that. So 34 counts, eh? Damn. All right. Well, maybe I'll try to put together a video this weekend about some of this. Yeah. There is a lot of misinformation, though, about what's happening. Because they are right. Campaign finance is a misdemeanor. But when you cover it up, when you use it to launder, it's very much a felony after that. And this isn't the case they should have went forward with. But maybe, maybe the thinking is this is kind of a finance case. It's in New York. It's a little bit more boring, right? Than the case about him telling the guy to find more votes. So maybe this is just like a palate prepare. Pop the bubble, get it rolling, get us talking about it, normalize it a little bit. So then maybe the chuds mellow out by the time we get to the Georgia. I don't know what's going on. But 10 charges with 3 counts apiece. And damn. Oh, see? Conspiracy. Yes. 1 count of conspiracy in those 34. That's what I'm talking about. So listen to me, guys. Not a lawyer. Don't take advice. But listen to me. If you are going to commit a crime, and you do commit that crime, and there's a small chance you're going to get caught, and it's a crime that's maybe like, some money, some community service, don't try to cover it up. The obstruction of justice charge, the cover-up is always worse. Nixon will tell you. The cover-up is always worse. I mean, unless you're really good at covering things up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sorry, I'm talking to TikTok, YouTube. Telling TikTok. Because I've been kind of ignoring them. Oh, here we go. 34 counts is trending. Man, how much longer do you think Twitter's going to be up? Oh, here we go. Is he talking about it? Here we go. Let's listen to the 34 counts.
And I am told by my sources that this is 34 counts of falsification of business records, which is probably a lot of charges involving each document, each thing that was submitted as a separate count in a couple of matters. And I am told by my sources that this is 34 counts of falsification of business records.
He started talking again. That was a good loop. Someone tweeted, stop the count. 34 counts. Oof. Oof. Oh, look, cat turd. The biggest political backfire in history. If you don't know, I think I already said it. I think I found out who Cat Turd was, right? He had a register as an LLC. I think he's down there in Florida with you, Kevin. But he's basically he's Elon's favorite little guy, right? If who registered for that company, who I found is true, he's basically like a 60-year-old chud. Which, I mean, she shot at a Walmart truck. Pretty much your typical lonely boy. But they're all saying this will be the biggest political backfire in... let me see if I can find... I liked... that guy who runs a thing against the MyPillow guy? He has his own pillow. He got a hold of this guy. He got a hold of the talking points that they're sending out to say about it. Here they are. Let's see what we have to say. So they basically, they're already sending out the talking points. Because if you don't know, the GOP, since, really since Newt Gingrich, maybe Reagan. Let's go back to Reagan. They're kind of devoid of an ideology, right? Their ideology is basically keep the rich, keep the powerful, keep us in power. And what you need to keep that going is culture wars, because you need to engage, the foot soldiers, the plebs, as you will. They need to be engaged in something else, otherwise they'll realize they're getting screwed. But they are such a tight-knit group of people. And if you've ever run a campaign, like a grassroots, or even just not even grassroots, when we were running, what's her face? When we were setting up stuff for the chick in Michigan. I forget her name. But they're so tight against you. Like Democrats, we fight about everything. Everything. You're always fighting either the left, you're fighting the center. You're always just trying. We love to fight each other. It's not that way with Republicans. They will come together no matter what because of these culture war issues. And so things like this go out. What I put up on the screen, you know, they're just going to repeat these now. You're going to hear nothing but this. Bragg has been described as woke. It's a woke New York office. You know, they're going to connect that to it. They're going to say, oh, the crime in New York is up 22% from the year prior. Huh? What's been going on the past 3 years? I wonder why people haven't been on the street getting burglarized. Feels like we had a bit of a pandemic. Bragg has been criticized for failing to prosecute. You know, he's letting people go. Congress should investigate this. So these are the things you're going to see to go after. And then unprecedented. These aren't too... They must have had an intern write these up because these aren't too crazy. But anyway, that's all I got, guys. Just thought I'd get on here. It's a big thing, so I wanted to share it. I wanted to share it with the people. I mean, TikTok's great, too. TikTok, so some people can ingest live video. And as soon as I can do it, if I ever go live again, I'm going to put the live video up. But is Trump going to jail? No, I don't think he's going to jail over this. He should go to jail for the Georgia thing. I mean, just picture Obama on tape. I mean, Obama never lost, but picture Obama on tape saying, "Fine me." What did he say? It was a very specific number, 8,062 votes or something. It was the specific number, and he was telling them to find it, and they have it on recording on tape. That is the one. So maybe they're just doing this as like a palate tester. Get the chuds all riled up about like a money issue. Maybe die him down. Maybe tire him out. Tire him out on their rascal scooters before we eventually get to the big one. So no, it should be. It's a felony. 11 cases last year just in New York of this same stuff. But now they're saying 34 counts. So what the hell do I know? I'm like Jesse Waters. I'm not a lawyer, but here's a legal opinion. Well, good. Rosebud is a woke Antifa liberal. Yeah, 11,780, Fred. Like, to be that specific is just... It was comical at the time. But this shit ain't that funny anymore. I feel like irony's kind of dead now, right? Like... Everything's kind of just happening. It's not supposed to. Yeah, find me 11,780 votes. So that's the one. And I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on with the Georgia thing. But that's going to be the big one. So, all right. I'm going to go get that Loretta. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is kind of fun. I actually have fun on these lives. I know you guys don't because I'm a lot more disheveled. And I don't have cool graphics and sound and stuff. And I haven't figured out how to really color myself right with the camera. I look sickly. I'm dying here. But I'm all right. I'm going to drink my Woodford because, ramifications for actions. I mean, did we ever think it would happen? But waited forever for just something to happen to this guy who's been breaking laws right in front of our faces forever. So, anyway, it's not a Bill Clinton situation. It's about the cover-up, and it's about paying himself double. But I love you all. And I tell you all to like and subscribe, but you're here, so I don't know. I think I'll get better at the YouTube stuff. Like I said, Facebook, we had 25,000. They just flipped a switch. Never told me anything was wrong. Those people are gone. So all of our stuff's going into Facebook and TikTok now. So I appreciate you guys being here at YouTube. I'm kind of figuring it out. Slowly but surely after all these years. Dude, yes. I'll tell her. She's downstairs kicking. They said happy birthday to you. Belated. So we went to Major Lazer in Vegas for her birthday. And she danced it up. I realized though, that EDM. God, I sound like an old guy. This is how old guys talk. You know that EDM that the kids are listening to? You kind of need drugs, right? Like I was drinking, but that just makes me tired. You kind of need drugs for like that kind of music, and I don't know how to get drugs anymore. What that guy said I was 44? I'm not quite 44. Not quite there yet. I still got this too. I always thought that would fall out, but anywho, yes. She was like Paris Hilton. Look, I even have boomer references. Her birthday lasted like 2 weeks. Did like a ton of shit. I think it's finally ending. It's finally winding down. I want to go to Tahoe for my birthday next year. I've never been. Oh, thanks everybody. I'll tell her. It's so cool. I love all the new fans. I love the direction of the show. Show's in a really good spot. I love how we talk. I love how we communicate. But it is cool that you guys remember, those days locked inside when I was doing stupid skits and trying to be funny. Working my ass off to try to be funny. So it is appreciated. Electronica, that's right. Yeah, I had electric music. He was good though. I mean, if you guys knew who Major Lazer was, we had to wait till 1 a.m. for him to come on. But once he came on, it was good. Went to the Encore, the XS Club. I'd have been to a club in like fucking, oh, can I say fucking on TikTok? In like 15 years, man. So, yeah. You're damn right. I like that comment. You can spam that. It's happening and you can't do anything about it. And reclaim that American flag. All right, kids. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. We should try this again. Let me be more prepared next time. I always say that though, right? On the lives. Oh, I want to get more prepared. I have a friend who's he's from the Midwest, and he's really got a lot of info about everything. He's kind of like me. I come from a Republican state, so I kind of grew up around. I come from like one of the most Republican states, right? Like fucking Utah, with the Mormons. And he's also, and maybe we'll just have like a time when I do some beers and stuff. I really like that rib one. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I cooked ribs and talked about Reagan. It was fun. I had fun doing it. I had to cut it short because Reagan was such a criminal that I could cover it all at the time to cook ribs. Ribs take forever to cook. But we had a good time doing it. So maybe we'll do some more stuff like that. Try to get a round table. But yeah, thank you everybody. I love you all. Even there's a couple people around that still don't know that this isn't a pro-Trump channel. But one day they'll find out. I think they've been here a long time too. All right. I love you all. I'm going to go see what Loretta's doing. You're all the best. Especially you, Rosebud, Guy North, Fred. Oh, man. You want David. So I have an idea for an episode with Chad, right? But no one knows who he is anymore, I don't think. But so he got locked up in January 6th, right? That's the lore. Like, that's where Chad's been, right? And I want him to come home and find, me there and then make it really like film school, black and white, dramatic, super emotional, super like hacky, and then just make it super violent. But we're going to put a pin in that for now because no one really knows who he is. But maybe someday I want to film Chad coming home. So thank you for that. Dude, I know. The Reagan one was good. I wish I could have kept going. But honest to God, we're going to have to do another Reagan one because he was a legit gangster. Like, I think it clocked out at 25 minutes, which might be one of my longest videos. I don't really make those longer videos. And that dude was a gangster. And, we barely touched what he did. So, yeah, man, I got a little Woodford. They asked me on TikTok if I'm going to celebrate. But maybe on TikTok, head over to the YouTube too, because we put longer stuff up. I love TikTok, but sometimes I'll tell you TikTok. I'll talk to TikTok now for a minute. Honest to God, most of the time I censor anything that I think can get any kind of a strike because TikTok can be really sensitive. So I put like some of the episodes, up. Even that one where I was kind of, addressing like the trans stuff. I didn't know if that would tip it off. But anyway, I appreciate you all being here. I gotta go see what this Loretta's doing. Whatever she's doing, it smells good. So, free Chad. I know, man. Maybe we have some Facebook people over here. It doesn't matter. I'm giving up on Facebook. Those 25,000 people, if they haven't found me by now, they're gone. So we're gonna YouTube's safe. YouTube, there's a process, right? I've only had one strike, and it was for a QAnon video, and it was 2 years after I made it. It came out of nowhere. It wasn't even that mean of a video. Maybe some of you remember it. It was pretty popular. But at least YouTube gives you like a process of this Facebook stuff has been totally deflating to me. So I'm just forgetting Facebook and Zuck and everything else, and we're just gonna lean into to my home, YouTube and this thing. Okay, all right, Woodbug. All right, David, all of you, and TikTok. I love you all. This has been fun. I'll do it more often. Goodbye. Indicted. 34 counts, right? 34. Let's go.